Right, guys, so welcome to this teaching. We are going to be going back to basics, the basics of market structure, the basics of liquidity, and the basics of um, trading foundations in general, right? So in this particular video, I'll make it very brief so that you guys can can follow up. It's more of like a refresher course, right? So just to point out some things that I feel that we are getting wrongly, and then we can get it into perspective or in the right perspective, right? So basically, you're going back to market structure, and we all know what market structure is, but I'll just be talking about some key details which I feel that a lot of us have been missing, and this has contributed to our impediments in our journey, right? So market structure is one of the most basic items. It looks very easy, but it's not as easy as you think it is, right? So market structure is basically what? The direction of the market, right? Or the footprint on the market left for you to follow, right? So I see market structure, the footprint left for you to follow, right? So if, for instance, you come to a place that is sandy, right? And maybe you come to the house and you don't find anyone in that house, right? And then you're trying to understand, okay, where did these people go, right? Where did they head to? What can you simply do? You look at what the footprint, and then the footprint can actually give you an indication of where the people that were in the house actually went to, right? So market structure, in my opinion, is basically the way by which you identify the direction of the market. Like, what direction is the market going? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is it going to remain sideways, right? So basically, you're trying to know the direction of the market. So market structure is simply what you trying to know the trend, the direction, or the perspective of the market at the point in time, right? Now, one thing I have to say is that basically, market structure is a very confusing topic for a lot of you guys, because sometimes you guys don't know which time frame to look at, right? I see day traders trying to use a monthly chart, which is not important. I see swing traders trying to use a 5-minute chart, which is not important. So in this video, I'll be teaching you guys the basic elements of market structure, how to identify trends, and what time frames to use, right? So let's go into the meat. So basically, we have three kinds of market structure. We have the bullish market, the bearish market, and then the range or the consolidation. So typically, what do we mean by a bullish market? What do we mean by a higher high? What do we mean by a higher low, right? So let us quickly talk about that. So now for a bullish market, we have what we call higher highs and higher lows. Now, a higher high is simply defined as what? A high above a previous high, right? So that means the market is looking like this. We call this higher highs and higher lows. Now, this spot we see here, the red spots I'll be marking, are your higher highs and higher lows. So this is your higher low, that's your higher high, that's your higher low, and that's your higher high, right? So now, what does it mean? This means that this high is higher than the previous high and higher than the previous high. So the higher high has to be above the previous high for it to be classified as what? A high high. Why a higher low has to be what? Above the previous low to make it was a higher low, right? So that is basically what you use. These are the footprints used to know, okay, is the market bullish? Okay, you simply look at what? Is it making higher highs and higher lows? Now, I must point out something too. Now, you consider this by looking at the close prices of the market, right? It's very important that you must look at the close price of the market, because there's actually an issue here. A lot of people don't know the difference between a liquidation and a market continuation, right? So I want to just quickly talk about that. What is the difference between what a liquidation and market continuation, right? Right. Right. So what is the difference between the market liquidating or the market breaking structure? So now I must point out something. When I say break of structure, I mean that the market is making a new high or a new low, right? We have two kinds of break of structure, right? We basically have what we call a trend continuation, right? And then we have what we call a trend reversal. So these are what I mean. So we have two kinds of market structure: trend reversal and trend continuation. So I'll talk about that as we continue. So for today, we're not talking about market structure from the trendy aspect. right? So these are the two kinds of market breaks we have. The break for a market reversal, or the break for a market continuation, right? So basically now we know that we cannot take it off. So now we're not talking about that for now. So now market break simply means the market's going above a previous high or below a previous low, right? So now we're not talking about that for now. So now let's assume that we have a market now, and then you have a high, right? And then the market does this. Now, if the market is able to close, right, it has to close above this high, right? The market must close above this high to be considered what a higher high, right? A higher high is only considered when price closes above the previous. It must close above it, right? It has to close above it. You don't just mark a market structure without seeing a close price above the previous high, right? Now, the issue you guys have is that you guys consider weeks as breaks. Now, for instance, let's say we had a market like this, and then we saw a week. The market gives a week, maybe it's weeks above it, but does not close. This is not a market. This is not a higher high, right? It is not a higher high. Note that, please. Very important. The market makes a week and does not close above the high. It is not a higher high, please. It is not a higher high. And if this happens, right, see the market do something like this, make a week and does not close above it, this is not a higher high. A higher high is valid when price closes above the previous high. Please note that this is a mistake that you guys make. A higher high is valid when the price closes above the previous high. This is what we refer to as what a liquidation, right? A liquidation is not a market break, right? So remember that. All right, so let's continue. Now we have this. This is how you classify a bullish market. Now for a bearish market, we classify it by what having what lower highs and lower lows. You must see what's lower highs and then lower lows. What's the lower high and the lower low? The lower high is simply what a market that is doing what it's making going downwards, right? It's making what retractive legs. This is lower high, this is a lower low, this is a lower low, this is a lower high, and that's a lower low. So you want to see the market trend downwards. That means you must see it making what lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. That is what we refer to as what a bearish market. So once you see this, that means the market was trending bearish. And let's look at examples on the charts, right? So now let's look at the chart. Now, for instance, now what do we have here? From here to the current market, we have seen was a bullish trend. So how are we sure it's a bullish trend? Because why? We have our higher high, our higher. I mean, we have our break here. We have our low. We have our higher high. We have our higher low here. Then what you see was have our what our higher high. Notice that this high closed above this previous high, right? So you must see price close above what a previous high. What you classify it as what a market structure continuation, right? Let's look at a bearish example. You see the bearish example on USDJPY. You see a bearish example there. Right, so you can see a bearish example on USDJPY. Very clear. Right, it's very clear. So it's very clear on USDJPY. Sorry. So what can you see here? It's very, very clear that the market has been giving multiple structures. Right, we have our lower high, right? We have our lower low, our lower high. Then you see how the market has been, making those downwards push, right? You can see it. It's even started all the way from here. Right? Can you see it? It's made what? A lower high here. You can see it here. It's closed below the previous low. Went above. Now closed below the previous low. You can see there. Then went above again. And then what? Closed below the previous low. So that's how you classify what? A bearish market. So you can see it there. It closed below the previous low. Went up. Closed below the previous low. So that's how you classify a market structure. Right? That's how you classify a market structure. By looking at the close prices. Right? Now, I want to point out something. That can you notice that even inside this market, you can still see that there was what? A kind of bullish market inside. Now, this is what will lead us towards time frame selection. So notice now that there is something here. Can you see this? So don't worry, I will teach you guys how to avoid this kind of moves. Can you notice that there is a bullish market inside the overall bearish market? That means we can agree that there can be what different structures in the same market. We can see substructures inside a big structure. Right? You can see what substructures inside a big structure. Now, these substructures are what we refer to as what retracements, right? So we refer to these substructures as retracements. So your aim is to trade what the overall continuation or the overall trend, not what retracement. So we call them retracement or what pullbacks. We call them pullbacks, right? Don't worry, I'll teach you guys more as we continue. But for today, we're focusing on what market structure. Like, don't worry, as we continue, I'll teach you guys more about pullbacks, more about substructures, right? These will be in the coming videos because this is going to be a full playlist, right? It's called Back to Basics, market structure, back to basics, right? We're going back to the basics. All right, so let's continue. Now, what do we have next? We have what the third kind of market, which we refer to as what the consolidation. Now, what's the consolidation? It simply was a market that was in a range. It's not typically going up or down. It's going in a sideways movement. That means it could be bullish now, and then it becomes bearish, then it goes back towards bullish. So ideally, the market is inside one range. It could come down, now go up back again. It's in a kind of tight range, right? This is what we call a sideways consolidation. Now, what do you do in this kind of market? In this kind of market, there are two things to do, right? The first thing to do is to do what? You wait for what? A breakout, right? Don't trade sideways market. Wait for a breakout, right? Or a liquidity sweep. So allow the market to break out in the sense that the market breaks out of the range, like it breaks clearly and then continue going down, right? This is the first thing you do in a range. Allow the market to break out and then continue going down. Maybe it can break out, maybe come back to this other block here to break it out, then come back to this last up move and then continue downwards. That is the first thing you do. The market breaks out, come back to this place and then continue going downwards. Or the second thing you do is what we call a liquidity sweep. That means the market could just simply run liquidity very quickly and then reverse immediately. And then give a bullish break. And then you can either buy upwards. Now, this is also a second thing you could do in a range. The market collects liquidity, gives a bullish break, and then continue, you now buy up, right? So in a range, you wait for two things, either a breakout or a liquidity sweep. A liquidity sweep is always quick. It just takes it quickly and then reverses immediately. Why a breakout does not reverse immediately. A breakout is going to continue downwards. It's going to break out clearly, and then continue downwards, right? This is what we call a breakout. It does not reverse immediately. It breaks out clearly and then continues downwards. It does not just reverse immediately. That is the difference between a liquidity sweep and a breakout, right? So let's just look at it. Now, where do we see a consolidation here? Look at a small one here. Market was bearish. What did we have here? We had what? A liquidity, a range. Can you see the range here? The market's range there. What happened next is broke out. So that's what I told you guys about in this slide. Breakout or liquidity sweep. So that's how the market broke out. You can see the breakout. And then markets came back towards the area of interest. And then what do we have here? So what's in the liquidity sweep to the downside, right? I mean, the market broke and then we can see what the condition was on the downside because the market was overall bearish, right? Now, what again are we looking at? I'm looking for another range that we can use to, so look at another range here. You can see kind of consolidation. The market was ranging around there. Can you see this? So what happened there? You can see another range. What happened here? The market was saw liquidity. And what happened? To the downside. So because what I told you guys, liquidity sweep. So you can see the market just saw liquidity and it came back immediately. So that was what we refer to as was a liquidity sweep. So those are the two ways you trade a range. Either you wait for a breakout, a very clear breakout, right? And then or a this. So to make your decision easier, you can also consider the overall trend. Like very important. You can also consider the overall trend so that you don't make mistakes with this. So that means if the overall trend is bearish, the market is bearish overall, you're waiting for a breakout to the downside or a liquidity sweep to the upside. What do I mean? The market is bearish now. what do you expect? The market is bearish. If it's bearish, that means you want to see the market do what? Give you what? A liquidity sweep to the upside, and then what? A dump to the downside, right? Or if it's breaking out, you want to see the market do what? Give a breakout, and then continue going what? Downwards. I want to see the market do what? Break out from the range, right? Break out from the range, and then what? Continue going what? Downwards, right? So these are the basic ways that you can identify your market structure and trade them effectively, right? So I think I've made some useful points, and I think I'm wrapping up with this. Before I say the last thing, I want to also make out something too. Please, if you're watching this video up to this point, 10 Trade is actually a broker and a prop firm that give instant 400 accounts, right? So you can use the link in the description to make your purchase. You don't have to waste your time with taking evaluation challenges. All you could just simply do is what, take your so all right. So basically, this is 10 Trade websites. You could just simply get your instant fund account. So they have various account types, right? You could open a normal brokerage account. You can see that there you could see the kind of accounts here: a pro account, ECN account, bonus silver, bonus gold, anyone you want. We also have instant fund accounts, and then we also have what, evaluation account. So for the instant fund account, you can see it here. You don't have to take any challenges at all. You can see the account types here. Look at them here. We have the micro, mini, bronze for all kinds of traders. We have up to $500,000 accounts, which you can trade with instant fund. If you have the money, just simply deposit and you get your instant funded 500K account. We have 270K accounts. We have 90K accounts, all kinds of sizes, and then you can get payouts 2 times a month. That means every 15 days, bi-weekly, you get the payouts, right? But also scale if you want. You can scale. This is the maximum drawdown for the account types. If you want it, then these are the prices here. Very affordable, as low as $43. You can get instant funded accounts. We have $110 and all these prices. But I want to point out something very important. Look at the maximum drawdown. This is the only firm that gives up to 9% maximum drawdown on an instant funded account. Most firms give 6%, 5%, and it's actually a trailing drawdown. That means the drawdown moves up as make profits. But on 10 Trade, we don't use a trailing drawdown. We use a fixed drawdown, which is what, based on the account size. 8% for the 10K account, it does not move up or down. It's just at 8%. And 10 Trade also gives up to 6% daily drawdown. This is amazing, right? So these are the offers you can get. Just simply use the link in the description to get funded and get started now, right? So that is basically it. Right? Once you open your account, you can start getting withdrawable profits from the first day. You don't have any consistency rule, right? No consistency rule. You trade as you like and all of that. So if you enjoyed this video, do well to register with the link below, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you're on TikTok watching this video, please also do well to follow me for more educational content. Don't forget that this is just the beginning of this teaching, right? This is just the beginning. All right, this is a full-blown playlist. It's having about 5 to 6 different teachings. This is a part 1, and I would love to see you guys as we continue. So have a wonderful day. Don't forget to get the 10 Trade 400 account. See you in the other side.